I'm gonna miss this car.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, this was Richie's son's first car, and he just sold it. And what they're doing here, they're taking the wheels off the back, putting them on this other car. And this car here is going to get a 302, 302 Richie, or a 347?
331.
331. Met me in the middle there. And that has aluminum heads.
Yeah, Burdeck heads.
Burdeck heads.
Scorpion rockers.
Ah, you got some goodies. And then it's getting a blower, you said, right?
Yeah. YSI.
Did you find one yet, or you?
What, YSI blowers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out there.
That's what you're just looking for then.
Yeah, they're expensive though. Used is like 35. 3,500. Not cheap.
So, the reason he's selling this car here is because he got something a little bit different. So what year Coyote did he get, Richie? That's what he's getting, a new Coyote.
16.
2016 Coyote Mustang. So, that'd be a little bit different than driving this, that's for sure. They don't drive the same at all. The old cars are nice, but the new Mustangs are a little bit better when it comes to going down the highway. Unfortunately, they don't have the same feel at all to them. The new ones have a lot more weight to them, and they feel very secure. Although these old ones were good for the time that they were built in, with the rack antenna and all that. The only downfall Mustang had, most Mustangs had, unless you get some upgrades, was the stopping ability. I think from the time they were made back in the 60s, from the first one to maybe early 2000s or so, that is when they first started coming around where they had decent stopping power. The old ones didn't have any stopping power. As a matter of fact, the harder you bear on them, the worse they would get in some cases. Of course, I always had them when they had a bunch of miles on them too, so that's not really a fair assessment when you have a car that's been around for 150,000. So that's how I've always wound up with these Mustangs. Maybe probably from the factory new, they were probably a lot better. But the way a car drives when they're newer is far from how they drive when they're older, that's for sure. So, this here is getting the welds all the way around it now. Be a nice little car. Should be a fast little car.
Should.
Taking a stab at it, I wasn't even thinking about this. You putting automatic in it or stick?
Automatic.
Converter and all?
Yeah. C4 reverse valve body.
This thing should be a 9-second car.
4,500 stall.
9-second car easily. Yeah. And that's in the quarter. Yeah, the heads and stuff he has, and the blower, definitely. Actually, if you were worried about getting serious with it, the car would go in the 8s.
Yes?
Yeah. That combination's capable of going 8 seconds that you have with the blower that you're putting on it. How would I know that? Because I've seen that combination before. And a car similar to this that my other friend had, and it went 850s. But he was pretty serious about the car, and he did everything it took to make that car run the number that he wanted to run. Then once it ran that 850 number, he actually was kind of leery because he's afraid of putting the engine in pieces and oiling down the track there, and winding up into a situation. So he pulled the stock motor out, and matter of fact, that car is working on as we speak, I hear. And you might get to see that in the near future when it's back together. Back to that, this one here. This should be a nice little car. How old's the paint on this?
How old?
Yeah, you just painted this, right?
It was in the winter. Yeah, it was dead winter. But no. I'm actually not too sure.
You painted and it sat there, right?
Yeah, it just sat. It sat outside. I wasn't not too sure what we're gonna do with it. We'll put it together though. I'll put it together for him, see how it works out for him.
Yeah, one thing about Richie, he stays on these cars. If he wants them done a certain way, they get done the way he wants. We were just talking about that a minute ago before I started YouTube. Some guys don't give up on their stuff, and Richie, he'll stay at stuff and get it done. The cars he's had, he gets them the way he wants, and keep hammering at it. Where a lot of guys don't give up on a lot of stuff. You've wound up with a lot of cars where people's giving up on them. As a matter of fact,
I bought, what was it, $250 cars, turned them into like $4,500 cars.
many times.
Just by just getting them running better.
Yep.
I mean, every car that I bought was for something that wasn't worth nothing.
And the blue car that you did real well with, you bought that back like 3 times after selling it.
Actually, 4 or 5 times.
Well, I didn't win the tax rate.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 times.
It was.
I sold that car for good money and it kept coming back.
Yeah, I remember you told me, you said
Crazy
this.
part is it come back for less half than what I paid, what I sold it for.
Yeah. You said it's not meant for me to sell this thing. This car wants me back all the time.
they get something different, or they were just tired of it and they
Yeah.
figured out how to sell it back to you
Yep.
for nothing.
Was the car still down the road here? The last guy that bought it, or did it go away?
Last guy that bought it, I guess he got tired of hearing it in the neighborhood. That's why he bought it. He bought it and it sat in his yard and never moved.
It's on the other side of the lake here
Yeah,
then.
it's still there.
Okay, that's the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got trees growing out of it. Oh,
For crying out loud.
yeah.
That thing was meant. What color was that?
I don't know what, it was a blue. Some type
Yeah,
of blue.
I know the blue, but it was like a powder blue or something. What
Yeah.
is that? They consider that was a nice color it had on it. You had a lot of fun with that car.
Yeah.
And I had the blower on it for a while too, and you took it off too, right?
Yeah, I took the blower off, sold it. People paid me to put a blower back on it. Then I bought it back with the blower, sold the blower again, sold again. Someone paid me to put a blower on it again. It was a win-win.
Yeah.
I think the car might have bought itself back at one point.
Yeah. It was actually funny. So anyway, here's a future project here. And this here will be a future project for somebody else, I guess. Doesn't really need too much, right?
What's this?
The thing runs good, right?
This car?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't drive 3 cars at once though, right?
No. No.
Let someone else enjoy it.
That's what Richie just told his son. He said if you really want a newer car, you should just give up a couple of the older cars, and that's what he did. So, chalk one up for his son listening to what his dad's opinion was. It helps when you have an example. He sees what you do all the time.
He's always saying, "How do you get yours?"
Yeah.
Well, I'm not paying that price for it.
No.
So I will, you know what I mean?
You've always wheeled and deal.
Get something up.
Adam does that too. He'll trade stuff for things, and yeah.
That's the way you gotta do it.
Yeah, my son Adam, he'll trade something, even if he kind of wants it. He'll just weigh his priorities out and see what's most important to him, what he wants the most. And he'll say, well, I can replace that later if it's something that he knows he can replace. And that's how you get ahead with the vehicles. Get the car you want. That's what you do. You just spend the time thinking about what way you want to go and how important it is to you, what vehicle you want. And I've seen people make mistakes though, jumping the gun too. So Tom's looking for his Cougar back that I told him not to get rid of from 15 years ago. Now he wants it back. That's all part of the car business though, when you're into this stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Take a little walk around this little bad boy here. This car did quite a bit of racing out there too. Richie's son did pretty well with this car. It's one of them deals, people didn't believe it was a stock engine in it for the most part, up with a few mods and bolt-ons and stuff. And outside of that, the engine was just a matter of fact, it has an E6 headed 302 in it right now, so that might tell you something. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up and tell you guys thanks for stopping in and seeing what we're up to here. So I'll be doing some more videos hopefully in the future with the truck in there. That's what we're working on right now. My son and I got a kind of a few plans for that, and things are not working out how I would want them to as far as the situation goes with the truck. But I'll be talking to you in the near future about that, hopefully. So with that, guys, thanks for stopping in and checking us out. Take care. God bless. I don't know if this took or not, but we'll see if it makes it to YouTube.